Hey everyone, Dr. Tam here. So why am I holding this tool right now? Looks like a gun, right? It's called the Impulse tool. It's called the Impulse. It's one of the latest adjusting instruments that chiropractors are able to use for adjustments in general. Now, what's the difference between this versus a manual adjustment? So to talk about this, I'm gonna need a set of bones. So now, why do we need to look at bones beforehand? That's because this is the size of your lower back bone, right? This is also called the lumbar. Well, in regular adjustments by hand, most chiropractors are using this part of their hand, either called the pisiform or it's actually called the knife edge. That's the technical term for it. When we are adjusting, this is what we learned when we were in school, and also this is what was done back in 1895 when chiropractic first started. When you put your hand over the bone, you're actually covering at least 1 to 2 segments, usually minimum. And when you make the adjustment, which is called a thrust, by the way, you're going to push into the spine. And when you push into the spine, if your hand's on 1 or 2 segments, now you're adjusting both segments in the same direction. Well, there's specificity and then also precision behind it, which is accuracy as well, right? With the Impulse tool, what can happen, instead of adjusting multiple bones and joints at the same time, I'm able to use this tool. And let's just say your spine is tilted and twisted this way. I'm able to use this tool to directly impact the joint and adjust this joint right here, just like that, instead of moving the whole spine on its own. So that's one of the biggest reasons why we use the Impulse tool, okay? And number 2 reason why we use the Impulse tool is not just the accuracy and the precision, but also the consistency among the settings that we have, the angles that we use, and it could be also consistent between doctors as well. So then you have the consistency of the doctors, making sure that as long as our angles, the angle that we adjust you is the same, the pressure is the same, and between doctors is the same. There is no, oh, you might get a better adjustment in the morning versus the evening, right? Or between one doctor that's newer versus a doctor that's been here for a while. The inconsistency of the adjustment will not be there because we are using the same tool. And you bet we're training on these tools all the time to make sure that is 100% consistent between every single doctor, all right? So we use this, from kids that are 3 years old all the way to adults in their 90s, all right? So this can be used for everyone, and because we have all the different settings, it's phenomenal and it's consistent. And those of you who've been used to conventional adjustments, make sure you come in and try out the adjustments with the Impulse tool. Can't wait to see you next time.